Layla, we're so excited. We have the rock star in the house. And you know, we've been watching you for years. You've always been about female empowerment. And I think one of the biggest challenges for women sometimes in business, let's be honest, women can be very catty. You've been able to create a huge workforce that is extremely powerful to the point where it's magnetic. People just want to be around and they're happy to be here. What is the one tip that you would give for women that you feel will empower them, that it will create a strong workforce in a community that has gotten you where you are, where you made $300,000 by mistake?
It's funny because when you think about it, ladies in the audience right now, why do we act like that? Why do we compare ourselves? Why do we lash out? Why do we respond? It's because of us. It's not because of the women that we're surrounded with. It's because of us. So what I've done is really help people, really show people how to be okay with who they are, how to have that breakthrough and realize that they have that greatness right there inside of them. So they don't need to compare themselves to women. They have so much to give and to contribute to the women around them. And when they fully believe that, they would never look at another woman as a competitor. They would never look at another woman as an enemy. They would look at them as an ally. And when you can have that breakthrough in your life and you can teach people how to do that, I've seen a lot of the people that I've worked with go on and say, there's no way that I'm going to create conflict. I'm going to show what Layla taught me. I'm going to spread that like a ripple effect. And that's how it goes through the entire team. That's how you create a team of unity, is when you be that pebble that starts that ripple effect, and you create this power of inner power for every single person.
Wow.
Layla, I have another question for you.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
You've made a big change in your life. Huge.
Lots of them.
Yeah. What started that process? What inspired you to make this change?
I think about all the changes that I've made in my life. There's been a journey of change. I feel like I'm still changing every single day. But I think a lot of the reasons that I was so inspired to change came from not really being happy with what I was doing. And there's so many people that walk around, we're existing, we're surviving, but we're not really happy. We're not feeling that purpose, that joy. When I was younger, I was one of those typical Asians, Lawrence Tam will know what I mean, where your parents want you to be a doctor. You're the top of the class, everyone expects you to go to medical school, and when I got to university, I hated it. I was like, this is not me. I want to help people. I know doctors do that, but this is not me. So I dropped out. I met Toby. I moved into the basement of a bar. So when I started this crazy journey, nobody believed in me. They're like, you're supposed to be a doctor. You're supposed to be a genius. What are you doing wasting your time on the internet? What are you doing with this scam? And so I had to really go inside of myself and say, am I doing it for them or am I doing it for me? Woo! What's my purpose? And when I really focused in on what I wanted, what that would do for me, I want to help people. Why? Because that's my purpose. That's what inspires me. I say I do it for you, but I do it for me. And when you can do that, when you can change the world for yourself, because that's what you want to do, then there's no stopping you. So aren't you glad that I dropped out of university? Yes! Thanks, Thomas.
If we can pass the mic to Erin. So we have another wonderful guest that has worked her way on stage, finally!
This took a lot of convincing people.
Yes, we're so excited to have you on
Thank
here.
you.
And I think you have a pretty interesting story because you've been through the roller coaster of experiences in your background and your relationship with Dave, and here it is now. And it's so funny, my husband said he was asking you last night, like, isn't it crazy that people are like, hi, wanting to know who you are? But what does it feel like, having gone through the fight of wanting to encourage your spouse to quit? Telling them that I don't really believe in this, let's do something else. But all of a sudden there's an emergence, that you see a transformation, the growth, but not only that, the lives being changed. What does it feel like, having gone through that fight, and going around and seeing the change and the transition both in your life, personally, and in your relationship?
Well, I mean, it's just absolutely incredible. It's kind of hard to find the words for it. And I don't often sit and think about it until moments like this. It's just, I think it really reminds me about what's most important in life. And the first two things that come to mind are love and faith. You know, just, it took a great deal of faith to get through the period of time when we were growing the business with Dave and Ashley, and drawing upon our family and our loved ones just to continue to have the strength to see the vision, you know, because it got us here today, you know, and love. You know, what I've learned in the process is that love is a decision. It's not a feeling. Love is a decision, it's an action, and David has taught me all about that, and Bailey and our family. So we made the decision to love each other no matter what, and it's gotten us here, and we've been able to share that gift with everyone else, you know, which is a huge blessing, so.
Well, let me just ask you, what would your recommendation be to someone that came here today and they might not see the vision initially, but they're here just to support? What would you recommend, or what would your suggestion be to them to maintain the belief with their spouse until they actually really get there? What would you suggest?
Well, I think the first thing that comes to mind is, you know, you have to take that time to get with each other, just one-on-one. You know what I mean? Because if you're mixed up in the chaos of life and you don't take that time to really connect with each other, that's the time when you can really stand side by side and see the vision together. You don't want to be facing each other or facing away from each other or facing, you know, you want to be facing in the same direction. And it takes that time. You know, Dave and I try to make time to be together, just us, you know, at least once a week, and just really connect to make sure we're still in line with each other, we still have the same vision, we're still, you know what I mean, working towards the same thing. That's really important, I think, to take that time and get with your partner and just connect, you know? And I think when you do that, the truth comes through, you know? And then you can apply the things that we're talking about here, that all of us are talking about, faith and love and hope and compassion and unity. And then everything seems to work out when you do that, you know?
Woo! Don't we just love Erin? I've been trying to get her on stage for a while, you guys. You're so lucky to have her. She's an amazing person.
Thank you for making this happen. We love you.
We love her. Okay, so I have a question for Dee Varengia. Speaking of spouses, Dee was done. She did not want to do anything with the business. And then something changed, and I want to hear about that.
Wow, I truly am honored to be here. I just wanted to thank you ladies for that, because do you guys realize how powerful they really are? Do you guys realize that? No, I'm sorry, I'm not convinced. I think there was like 10 people. I'm gonna ask again. Are you guys sure of that? To be honest, it was because of them. It was because of Justin. You know, we keep talking about living the dream. And you guys all know, we were talking it, we were, you know, placing so much action, work. And we didn't live the dream. I literally didn't believe that the dream was even possible. So now, I'm gonna declare something to you. I made a decision about, I actually made it like 2 days before, because they, you know, invited all the leaders. And I made it a point, and I'm gonna state it in front of all you guys. I'm not stating it because to brag, no. I'm not stating it to show you, oh, this is what I can do. No. I'm showing you that you can go from one place to another if you believe you can. So this was my decision. You all know that Justin is extremely successful. I think his check was like $191,000. I was like, good Lord, to me, that's like billions. Like, I'm still in a state of like, shock, okay? I'm gonna just be honest. But I made it a point for 2013 that I will, D, put in 6 figures into Empower. And to be honest, the only reason that I can have the strength to stand in front of you, because, you know, there's a possibility I could fail. There's a possibility that I could start the journey and then only make $5. Oh, well, I guess the lowest I can make is 25. So I can make $25 and then be like, damn, she sucks. But I'm telling you this because I'm enlisting your faith. I'm enlisting your hope. I want you guys to go through this journey with me. And I'm standing here telling you that now it's people that have the belief in themselves that can push you, that can give you that same goal. So if I can sit here with the 6-figure earner as my partner and say no, I'm gonna do it myself, I know that you guys too. Yeah! Awesome.
That's awesome. It's just amazing the transition from I don't want to be here to I'm so ready to be here, and as a matter of fact, I want to take over. So congratulations to you. That's going from folded arms on the front row to I'm standing up in front of you and declaring. That's awesome. That's awesome. Love it.